How you going, guys? Got a little recipe coming up, ready for a camping trip next weekend, so just thought I'd prepare a couple of things before we get there to make it a bit easier before we get out in the bush. Just going to do a nice camp oven dish with some chicken thighs. So basically I just picked up some crushed garlic, got some butter, thyme and parsley, and I picked this up from the shop, a little creamy garlic herb sauce, which I'll throw in a dob in here also. Now I've got that all together, and I'm just going to make up a nice, I'm going to whip it up, blend it right up really good, get that butter through there, and make that really nice creamy sauce, ready to make that stuffing for the chicken thighs. So stay tuned and we'll just keep chipping away with this recipe, and it should be a real cracker, this one. And there we have our herb and garlic creamy sauce stuffed in a chicken thigh, wrapped in a nice middle bacon ration, and I just put a couple skewers there in place to hold them together, so they'll sit in the camp oven nicely next weekend. Where he's going, here we are, step 2 of the chicken thigh recipe we're whipping up. And what we've got here, we've got some pumpkin, got some onion, mushroom, red potatoes, good for roasting, with some garlic. Now we've got these chicken thighs here. What I'm going to do with this bacon wrapped around, we're just going to sear them in a hot pan. Give them a little sear off each side while we just finish off a couple of, now this onion is a red colour. We'll just peel him off there. Rubbish. I'm just going to cut them into quarters, cut him in half, cut him straight in half again like that, cut some quarters, throw him in. Just cut him in half, your potatoes, both sides. Now you don't want them too big because your chicken thighs ain't a big roast. So it's going to cook a little bit quicker than a big beef or pork. So for what I've got coming up anyway. So we're going to throw that in there. Nice big mushroom there. Cut him a couple times. Throw him in. A little bit of pumpkin. And just cut the seeds out of him. Watch you don't cut yourself. Take him out. Just going to take that skin off. Usually if I do a roast, I'll leave the skin on. But just don't cut yourself. Pretty tight skin. Alright, it's running down there. Get rid of that. Turn these little chicken over. Nice little sear off. See that? Oh, I can smell it now. Okay. I'm going to do these little bit of, just want these nice little pieces of pumpkin. Righto. Now I'll cut that in half. Pumpkin cooks pretty quick in the camp oven. They always cook quicker than any other vegetables. Righto, so throw them in there. I'm going to turn this off. Just give these vegetables just a little drizzle with some oil so they don't stick in the camp oven. I'm going to give them a, just going to give them a little stir up, so they just get a little bit of oil on them while they're in the camp oven cooking along. Good little stir, a little bit of beetroot there's got a fair bit of size to it. So I'm just going to chop him up. Righto. Now we've got the beetroot, we've got the red onions, we've got the mushroom, We've got the red potatoes, a little bit of sweet potato. Okay, and we've got the garlic. Righto, we'll leave that. Now, what we're going to do is take these little chicken thighs out that we prepared back home. And now what I've done in the camp oven here, I've made a little alfoil boat. So while they're cooking, they're going to cook in their juices while that stuffing is seeping out of them. Okay, so we'll sit that in there. Oh yeah, look at this. And we're going to throw our veggies. Some will land in the boat and some won't, but oh well, who cares? It'll still be good, Tucker. Alright, we'll give them a little spread out. I'll tell you what, that looks pretty good. Righto, we're going to go and whack that on the, don't have any coals, we'll cook them with heat beads today. So we're going to go and throw that on some heat beads and stay tuned for the next step. Have a good one. Oh, here we are, step 3 of our little recipe. So we've got some pepitas, flaked almonds, pine nuts and cashews for what's going to come at the end. So what we're going to do, we're just going to throw just a few in a dry pan there. Don't go too overboard. You don't need any oil or nothing. Cook in their own oil. A couple of cashews, pine nuts. Yep, flaked almonds coming in. Righto, so what we're going to do, we're just going to, while that pan's nice and hot, we're just going to give them a little bit of a stir up and keep them moving and give them a bit of a whisk over while they're sort of roasting on the fry pan, because we'll be using them later on. Okay, so hang about and yeah, you'll see what's coming. There we go, I'm back at it again. With those chicken and roast veggies in the camp oven. It's been exactly an hour and a half. We haven't even looked at it. I had some good heat on there, the bottom and the top. Nothing around the sides where it's going to burn anything. So let's just dig in there and have a bit of a squeeze and hopefully we're right, eh? Take that lid off. Oh, look at this. Let's give him a bit of a test, eh? Oh, look at that. The knife's sharp, but she's going straight through. Check the veggies out. Nice. Pumpkin. Got the beetroot. I'll tell you what, we're ready to go. A couple more little things to do yet. We'll get back to you in a minute. Yeah, he's gone. Now what we've done, I've taken the vegetables all out of the camp oven here. And pumpkin's gone a little bit mashy, but everything else is spot on. And what we're going to do is, around the outside of the container, I've put some pesto and basil sauce. And I'll run that around the edge and down the bottom of the. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give that a little whisk up. Okay. So that pesto gets onto those vegetables, get that flavour happening. Okay. Now we roasted those nuts. We're going to sprinkle a few of them on there. Add a bit more flavour. Give them a nice little churning. This here's got plenty of flavours. Really good. Okay. Just going to throw a handful of fresh spinach in there, like that, with a little tiny bit of balsamic glaze vinegar. I'm just going to give that a nice little swirl on top. Oh, try that. Now, I didn't put the spinach in with the hot vegetables. Just put them on a bit last there so they don't get too hot or wilt. Now that looks a little bit messy, but I can assure you it looks good and the flavour is going to be outstanding. So we're going to give that a little crack. Get a spoonful of that. Throw him on a plate. I'm going to give this chicken a little cut here. Yeah, look at that. And give that a little taste. Unbelievable.